Hello everyone, this is Gwydion, and in this video I'm going to show you how to send Syrinscape over Discord to your players using a separate instance of Discord so you don't have to send it along with your mic. It gives you better control, and it also allows you to mute it if you want and still have your voice played through, and you can also use it to send other types of sound programs through Discord. So we are going to need two separate instances of Discord. So let's kind of jump in and I'll show you everything that you're going to need. First thing we're going to go to is the VoiceMeeter website. I'll link this below as well. In this case, in a prior video, I showed you how to install VoiceMeeter and use that to send Syrinscape. In today's video, I would recommend that we use Banana. So we're going to use Banana. We don't need Potato. We don't need to use all those inputs and outputs, but we're going to use Banana. So you're going to go to the download page and download either the zip file or the exe file, load it, make sure you reboot your machine when it asks you to, and you're also going to need to install two different sets of virtual audio cables. On the first tab of the VB Audio website, you'll see one cable that you can download for free, and it's this VB cable. So again, download that, and then make sure you install reboot your machine. In addition to this, I would recommend you scroll down and you can download, and you have to donate, and I think it's a minimum of $5, but you can get two more cables, A and B, by clicking on this button, donate for download, and then download cables A and B. Do the same thing. You're going to have to install, reboot, all of that good stuff. So once you've done that, then we'll be ready to start. Okay. So once you get once you get VoiceMeeter downloaded, VoiceMeeter Banana, come to your search bar and type in VoiceMeeter. And I have all versions, but we're going to go to Banana. So we're going to start with a blank slate here, and I'm going to show you how to set this up. You'll see A1 and B1 are already selected in all these. It's okay for now, but you've got 3 hardware inputs, and then you've got 2 virtual inputs, and then you have 3 outputs, hardware outputs, and then 2 virtual outputs. Little confusing, and I won't go into too much detail, but these virtual inputs and outputs are completely separate. They're not connected, so don't think of them like a cable. Just think of them like 2 separate virtual inputs. One's VoiceMeeter VAIO, which I'll describe as VoiceMeeter input, and then VoiceMeeter aux input. So let's start with this, and we're going to left click on this first column and drop down and put in your microphone if you want. Now, you don't have to send your microphone through VoiceMeeter, which frankly I don't. But if you want it to go through VoiceMeeter, then you can click here. And I use WDM. There's different driver types. If you hear popping and clicking and doesn't sound quite right or static, try the MME. And I don't see too many people using the KS. You can right click above the description here and just type in like your mic. So I'm going to say Gwid's mic. Gwid's mic. Let's try that again. All right. In the second column, this is where we're going to bring the output of Discord. So this one, I use cable A output. Doesn't matter, but it's just kind of what I've become accustomed to using. And then I'm going to click above this, right click, and type in Discord. And obviously you can use this with TeamSpeak, with other voice programs, but I use Discord. In the third column, this is where we're going to put Syrinscape. So I'm going to put this at cable B, WDM cable B output. And then just so that we know what we're doing here, Syrinscape, if I can type. Okay. So these you cannot change. You can change the name up here by right-clicking, but we don't really need to. I guess what you could say default or desktop, something like that if you want. Okay, so now here, this is really important. Whatever you want your main output, and for my case, it's going to be my speakers. So by doing that, now I hear myself in my ear. So I'm going to uncheck A1. Okay, and I'll explain why I did that, but now I don't hear myself. So let's kind of walk back. Now that we've got the guts of this set up, let's talk through a little bit what all of these A1s and through B2 mean. So anytime you select one of these buttons on these, what I would call a strip, what VoiceMeeter calls a strip, it's going to send the output. So any sound that's coming through these strips, it's sending it out to whatever you have connected. So in this case, A1, we have connected to my speakers or my headset. So anything that I click on A1, I'm going to hear it through my headset. Anything that's B1 or B2 will go out through these virtual outputs. So you can see this slider is going up and down. So as I talk through my mic, it's coming in here. You can see the volume. It's going out through B1. Right now, there's nothing connected to B1, but just so you know what that's doing. Okay, so that is the basics of kind of how we'll get this set up. I'm going to, for now, uncheck B1 because frankly, I don't do much with my mic within VoiceMeeter, and I'll show you. I usually connect directly to Discord. It's just, I find it to be more stable and easier. So what we're going to do for now, cable input output, we're going to click here. We're going to uncheck B1 because the output of Discord, I want to come through this channel and I want to hear it. But if I don't want to send anything back into Discord, so I usually just have A1 selected. So I can hear it, but other people can't. Syrinscape, we're actually going to connect the output of this cable. I toggle it here it's almost a visual cue because we're going to completely unselect this because what we're going to do is we're going to play Syrinscape back directly into Discord as well. Okay, so again, in this case, what we're really going to be doing is sending Discord in through here, and we're going to send it out to my speaker so I can hear it. And for now, we'll leave this toggled the way it is. Okay, so we're going to hide this for a second, and then we're going to open Discord. So most of you hopefully know how to download Discord, go to their website. You probably already have a Discord account. So this is my voice account. So this is the standard version of Discord. So I'm going to voice and video. When you typically see these, you're going to see these as default. Okay, so we're going to change that. But before we do that, I'm going to do one more thing that I want to make sure I show you. I'm going to open my sound settings in Windows. And I like to use the sound control panel. So I'm going to go down to here. And this is really important for what we're doing. You want to make sure your default playback device, and after you load all these cables, it might be something different than what I'm showing you. It might default to the last cable you input or you downloaded. So make sure that you select VoiceMeeter input as your default playback device and set as default, and then click OK. For your recording, you'll see all kinds of different videos and showing you different things, VoiceMeeter aux output, VoiceMeeter output. I just use it as my mic. And what that means is unless I change it in my sound programs, the default device that's going to be the output in a specific sound program. So what I'll be sending into that program will be my microphone. So I would set your mic and click OK. Now we can go back to Discord. So in my user settings, I'm going to voice and video. So this is, again, for my mic. So like I said, I don't send this through VoiceMeeter. I just select my microphone. So now I've got my Yeti mic. So my microphone is the voice setting or the voice that's going into Discord, the output. And then what's coming out of Discord. So what am I going to send back to VoiceMeeter so I can hear it? I change this to cable A input. Okay, so your microphone is what's being, I guess, outputted, but it's being sent in as the input device. Okay, so that's what's coming into VoiceMeeter, the sound coming in. What's going out is it's going out to cable A. You can put it push to talk. This is your voice or voice activity, whatever you want to do. But now this is set. So what you'll need to do now is download a second instance of Discord and set up a separate account. So I'm going to show you two different places to do this. So I'm on the main Discord website now, and you can download for Windows the standard version. And if you scroll all the way down, I believe it's down here to download. So if you scroll down to this download link and you scroll all the way down where it says Feeling Experimental Download Public Test Build, there's 3 versions of Discord: standard version, the public test build, which is like the beta, and then there's Discord Canary, which is their alpha build. Honestly, when I tried to do the video today, I've downloaded their public test build and it kept giving me a virus warning. I think it was a false positive, but rather than take any chances, I went back to a different website, discordia.me and /en canary. Just type in Discord Canary and you'll find this. And then you can download the Canary version of Discord here with this link. Okay, and you install it just like you do Discord. Okay, it's the same exact thing. So once you do that, either the public test build, if it doesn't give you a virus issue, or Canary, then you're going to look for it in your Windows bar. And in this case there, you can see it. I've already got it on my start bar, so I'm going to click on that. So now I'm in Discord Canary. It looks very much the same, but what we're going to do is we're going to change the settings here. So again, these will be default. So what we're going to send in here is the output from cable B, because we set up, if you remember, I said we were going to use cable B. So I'll show you how to make sure that we properly set up Syrinscape to run through cable B, but the output of cable B is going to come into this Discord. And then this, we want to come out again through cable A input. Okay, I'm going to leave everything else as is for now, and I'm going to come back here to show you a couple other tricks, but make sure this is on voice activity. So cable B output is what's coming in. What's going out of it is going out to cable A input. So I'm going to close this, go back to VoiceMeeter a second. So again, the output of Discord is going to come through this cable, and it's going to come out to my headset. Syrinscape, again, this is just kind of a notation. So now let's set up Syrinscape. Remember that in order for Syrinscape to play through something other than the default playback, we have to change the default playback. Okay, so in my case, we want this to be VoiceMeeter input when we're done, but now since we're going to launch Syrinscape, we've got to change this to cable B input. Okay, so this kind of tricks Syrinscape into thinking this is the default playback device. So that's where it should be played back through. So cable B input. So once that's done, I'm going to launch Syrinscape. I'll bring it over onto my main screen so you can see it. And it does tend to take a little bit before it's fully launched. I usually wait until I see the background and I see all of these populate. And once that happens, I'm going to switch back. I have other programs that I do this quicker, but I'm just going to show you how to do it with nothing else installed. Maybe in another video, I'll show you some of the programs I use. Okay, it looks like the buttons are mostly up. Click over to Bar Guest Battle. Almost there, I think. You probably don't need to wait this long, but I've just, through experience, I've just learned to try to wait till it's fully loaded. And I think given the number of sound programs I have, or sound files, sound sets, it takes a while. Okay, it's loaded. So now let's go back, change the default back to VoiceMeeter input, VoiceMeeter VAIO. Okay, nothing else should change. All right, I'm going to move Syrinscape to another screen, but it's still running. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to go back into, this is my Gwydion, just my standard voice setting. So that shows up as Gwydion. I'm going to go to my general channel. So now I'm connected. You can see my voice lighting up. Now I'm going to open Canary. So I'm going to open the second instance. You can tell that I'm on the second instance because now this is called Gwydion, I think, dash Syrinscape. So this one now I'm going to connect as well. And I might hear some feedback. One second. That shouldn't be giving me feedback. I wonder. How about now? That's interesting. I just hear myself through my mic. And go back to the Canary. Cable B. That looks right. Trying to check if there's anything else. So my microphone, I'm going to take this off. See if that changed. No, still hearing myself. It's probably because I'm hearing myself through my GUID. Yeah, that's what it is. So I need to go in, change this, change that all the way down. Okay, I'll explain that in a second. I apologize for that. But now I am not hearing myself, which makes sense. So probably a good test case to show you guys, because what's happened is, if you think about, let's go back to my standard. So this is my voice setting. So when I'm talking, I also on the same computer have a different instance of Discord set up. So when I'm talking, of course, I don't hear myself, but if I go over to the second setting where I have the Syrinscape playing, that's lit up because I have that voice activity on, but it is important. So when you look at these volume settings on wherever you're going to be playing Syrinscape, you want the sound coming in, but because it's on the same computer, you do not want it coming back out, because I'm already going to hear it through my other Discord instance. So make sure this slider bar is turned all the way to the left. Okay, now we should be set. So now what I'm going to do is play a bar guest battle in Syrinscape. And that might take a second to come through. So now I'm hearing that, and you should be hearing, let me make sure that you should be hearing that. Yeah, you should be hearing that on stream as well. I'm going to play a force missile because I have that going directly into my OBS. So let's do a force missile. It's going to be loud. Probably a little too loud, but see, now you can see those are both working. Now, the other thing I would say is open up your, the one thing that can be troubling in in Discord is the voice activity sensitivity. It's working right now, but I set this, I think before we started, I set this all the way to the left. If you keep this as default, your input sensitivity, then sometimes it has a really hard time picking up the sound. Like right now, you're not hearing any sound play, most likely. I don't hear any sound. It's not lighting up. And you might think there's a problem with it, as you can see how there's nothing lit up here. What I would do is make sure, again, you're going into the Syrinscape. And if I play a force missile, it'll probably be choppy, but you'll probably hear it. Let's try that. Yeah, see how it, like, you heard a little bit and it's choppy and you barely heard anything? That's because we have to go in and instead of doing this, the input sensitivity, turn that off. When you first launch, it'll probably be like midway here. So turn it off and then put the slider all the way to the left. Because all that's coming into this is Syrinscape, you can just keep it where it is all the way to the left, so it's as sensitive as you can make it. So even if there's very little sound coming out, it'll play. So let me see if there's anything else I can play in Syrinscape. Maybe play a yay. Sorry, that was probably way too loud, but so that's it, guys. I might do another video showing how to do even more sounds, separate more, but that's how you get Syrinscape up and running. So make sure, key things, switch to cable B input for playback device. Before you launch Syrinscape, you do not need to change the recording device. Let me turn off. I'll pause everything in Syrinscape. So you don't need to turn off anything in the recording. I'm sorry, you don't need to switch that, but change your playback device to cable B input. Okay, and again, you're going to need a second instance of Discord, public test build, do your virus scan, make sure it was a false positive, or do Discord Canary, and I'll put links in the video below. And then make sure that on the instance that is your Syrinscape Discord selection, things up here that are important: cable B output, cable A input, the output volume all the way to the left, as we saw on the stream here, and voice activity. And then again, make sure you turn this off, slide it all the way to the left so it picks up all the sounds. And then you should be golden. You should have pretty good sounds. There's other options to send Syrinscape and other sounds through other programs that I've already done some videos on, and I'll do more, but this works pretty well if you want to keep it simple. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understand a little bit more. In my video, I didn't show much more on Syrinscape. Again, we only use these first 3 columns. I'll talk about these other columns later and how to use them, but I think for now that accomplishes what we wanted to on this video. So I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down and tell me how to improve it, and I'll re-record it. But I hope everyone's having a great July 4th, which is what today is as I'm recording this video. And until next time, I hope to see some of you on the Fantasy Grounds forums. Thank you.